Recovery can only happen if there is no usage, let's say, of energy. You know, when we have our phones or you have the iPad, even if you plug it into electricity, but you still have a lot of programs running there, still can mean that 3 hours later, nothing has changed in the amount of battery capacity, okay? So that means being plugged in, but then at the same time having as inactive as possible, then it starts recovering.
Never go to sleep with a restless mind. The last thoughts you carry into the night are the seeds you plant in your subconscious. If they are full of anger, fear, or worry, your rest will not be deep. Instead, he suggests small evening rituals to quiet the heart and prepare the spirit for rest.
You go to bed, you wake up in the morning, but still feel like very tired and not recovered. Well, it might be the reason that your brain, your mind is still too active in the evening. And this is again where it comes from, to discover, okay, stop thinking too much of the past, stop dreaming too much about the future, practice yourself, remain in the present. And this also then translates afterwards into your quality of sleep. Because when you sleep, you sleep. When you eat, you eat. When you talk, you talk. When you work, you work. But nowadays, people work and they think about eating. People eat and they think about sleeping. People sleep and they think about working. So there's something not aligned. See, so there is no synchronicity. You are here, but actually something else is there. And this is not how it's supposed to be. Being present means you sleep, you sleep. You talk, you talk. You eat, you eat. You walk, you walk. You drive, you drive. You listen, you listen. This is ultimately where all of this journey goes. And then the amount of sleep is not so important, but the recovery rate is very, very different.
In the modern world, rest is undervalued. Many people pride themselves on how little sleep they need, believing productivity means constant activity. But Shi Heng Yi reminds us that discipline also applies to recovery. To stay up late without purpose, to scroll endlessly on a phone, or to drink substances that disrupt natural rhythms. These are forms of self-neglect, not freedom. The monk's approach to recovery is intentional. The body is seen as a temple, and one must respect its cycles. Going to bed at a consistent time, rising with the sun, and living in harmony with natural rhythms are not rigid rules, but ways to align with the greater flow of life. Such alignment creates both inner peace and outward strength. Here is a full breakdown of the Qigong technique to improve your vitality.
Now, spine bending to the front. Your arms hang loose. Chin tuck in. And just start bending down.
It builds internal strength, aligns posture, and gathers energy in the lower dantian, energy center.
About curving the backside of the spine and making it as round and open as you can. Just hang for a moment. Yeah, no need to watch me at the moment. Just hang for yourself. Stay. If there's something new coming, I'm gonna tell you, but just concentrate on yourself. So go down, don't look at me. Yeah, chin, no. Chin down. Stay down. Yeah, stay down, stay with yourself. Don't look at the screen at the moment. Stay down. Now cross the fingers and place them on the top of your head. So you have some additional weight pulling down or resting on the back side of the head. Now use this weight of your arms, and use also the breathing right now to release the tension that you can feel on your back. So feel the tension, feel what is blocked, feel that spot that is a little bit maybe painful. Inhale into that spot
Abdominal breathing enhances your body's energy supply and reduces fatigue.
And release more tension. With the exhalation, we release more. With the inhalation, you make it very clear which spot is it that you want to release there. Where is the hard part? Where is the burning part? Where is the muscle that is not open yet? Inhale to that same spot again. Exhale and release from that place. And 8 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, inhale. Very important. Tuck the chin in so that the back side of your neck is getting longer. Exhale. And 4 more times. Inhale. And remember, exhale and release the tension from the long side of the neck throughout the complete back of the body. And 3 more times. Inhale. And exhale.
It oxygenates the blood, calms the nervous system, and revitalizes internal organs.
Inhale. And exhale. And 1 more time. Breathe in. And when you breathe out, also let the arms hang down again. Breathe out and release. So now before you stand up, very important, try to stand up, but starting with the lowest joints. So with your mind, go into your ankles. This is where your movement starts. Go from the ankles, then the mind, go to your knees. From the knees, you go to the hip. From the hip, move a little bit more up and you are at the lower spine. Lower spine, move slowly up. Yeah. Middle area of the spine, a little bit more up. Then you're between the shoulder blades.
The spine is the highway of Qi. Keeping it open means strong vitality.
A little bit more up, and now you're almost completely back up and straight again. Good. So,
vitality is not something to search for outside. It is something you breathe, move, and cultivate inside.